just want to tell you what's at risk. Everything you have worked your whole life for, your parents worked their whole lives for, and their grandparents worked their whole lives for in building the state of Maine that you want to live in is at risk. And if that's not worth it to you and your members, and I don't know where your business leaders are, but they should be right here beside you because they help build this state as well. And it will not look the same. It will not act the same, and it will not have the same quality of service that you have right now. This is such a serious issue. You know, I was Senate President, and I did negotiate with the governor, who was a TABOR supporter, to get us a 5-year timeout. And what brought him to the realization that we could not afford the luxury of the simplicity of this restrictive ballot measure was that Colorado was going to be the first state in the nation to not fund public universities or community colleges. That ladder of success for so many children, for so many people who were not wealthy by birth, was going to be gone. The other ladder of success that we all take for granted, public education in K through 12, so restricted and so underfunded that it is no longer a useful tool for children to reach out of poverty, was also at risk. Public health, whether or not our children were immunized, so the child who sits next to your child, you paid for your immunization, that child goes without immunization, the discourse of public health becomes the child next to you got the disease and your child did as well. It's very basic services that will go away. And I know you fought it before. I know you had your people on the street, you know, passing out literature, talking to one another. It is much less costly for you to fight this now than to have this restrictive ballot measure pass, which with one fell swoop, one stone, can kill the things that you have fought your whole lives to keep. Public education, higher education, healthcare services, roads. Whether or not your infrastructure looks the same, or you have unsafe bridges or unsafe roads, whether or not people who come to Maine in the summer for tourism, which you badly need as a lifeblood to keep this state going, whether or not they still enjoy that, or services are just not here and they stop coming. It's all at risk. And the people who put these things on the ballot know that you can take care of all the things that your interest groups care about with one ballot measure by restricting and ratcheting down what government can do. So Mark and I would like to answer questions, but I really beseech you, as someone who worked on a measure to put on the ballot, and it took 1 full year, and it cost millions of dollars, and it took every major business leader in the state to get and stand with the legislature. It took a Democratic House and a Democratic Senate and a Republican governor to bring it back to the people, to give us 5 years time out. 5 years where we could actually keep the revenues that we had assessed on people and not return people these $120 checks. It sounds simple. It sounds desirable. It is fundamentally anti-democratic government because you're not letting people do the jobs they were elected to do.